please don't leave me here.
You're gonna go to hell. You're gonna go to hell.
Good morning, Carter. Jeff in Las Vegas. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Congratulations on Swallowed. Thanks for keeping me up at night.
Thank you so much. Glad to help keep you up.
Oh, absolutely. It was a fresh idea. So tell us about your film and where did this idea come from?
The film, it's basically like a backwoods sort of drug run gone bad story that centers around two best friends who, one of them is moving to LA to chase a career in gay porn, and his straight best friend is someone who he's sort of been in love with for a long time, and when they agreed to deliver a package over the Canadian border, things go horribly wrong at every turn.
Yeah, and nothing is more unsettling than being stranded in a remote cabin. I mean,
Yes.
I felt that claustrophobia.
Yes. Well, that cabin is a cabin that that's a family cabin. My dad built that cabin. It's like an off the grid cabin in northern Maine that he built for fishing and hunting. And so, like, as a teenager, I was like forced to go to that cabin. And I'm just like, now I'm so happy to come back around and be able to like make use of it in a way that like was more interesting to me than like hunting and fishing.
And drug mules are always in the news, and it seems like a simple task to make such big money. And was that kind of an inspiration for you too? Because I felt, I hear a lot of people, like friends, always say, "Oh, I would do that," but I love how you put a twist on it, a horrific twist.
Yeah, horrific twist. I mean, I don't know if it seems like easy money. It seems like pretty scary to me. And I think that maybe that's part of what was fascinating, was like how afraid I am of that kind of thing, but also just like this idea that having something inside of your body that is maybe not what you thought it might be, and sort of the loss of control is something really interesting and horrifying.
Yeah, because you always hear about drug mules swallowing balloons of cocaine and they rupture.
Yeah.
So there's an inherent danger, but yours is, I don't want to give anything away, but it's a little more unsettling, let's say.
Yeah.
And tell me about finding your Benjamin. He was fantastic. Did you know when you found your main character for this movie when you auditioned?
Yeah, he was Cooper. I had met Cooper before briefly, and he put himself on tape for the role. And just the second that I saw the tape, I was like, that is Benjamin. I don't even need to see any other tapes. Like, that's him, 100%. He had, and because I'd already sort of had cast Jose Colon as Dom, so I sort of knew how they would fit together. And I'd met Cooper and sort of spent some time talking to him, so I had a sense of his personality, and I knew that they would be like dynamic and amazing together.
Yeah, especially Jenna Malone playing Alice. She was just, what a great compliment. I haven't seen her in a while, man. She was a good surprise.
Yeah, she delivers time after time, no matter what movie you put her in. She's always, she always shines.
And would you accept the term body horror just to describe Swallow? That's what I'm reading in a lot of reviews. Is that a new term? But I think it's very appropriate.
I mean, sure, body horror, 100%. But I think that it's also, it's as much like sort of a crime thriller, like a backwoods crime thriller, as it is like a straight up horror movie. I think that anytime body and that you sort of, your body sort of turns against you, and you lose control over it, it becomes horrific. And I think that's where the body horror term kind of fits.
Yeah, absolutely. I found it as an exciting kind of crime thriller, and then it kind of takes a big twist in the middle there. So I thought that was, you caught me off guard with that. So that was pretty
good.
cool.
Nice.
And tell me about filming a location in Maine. I've never been to Maine. I'm a Southwest guy, born and raised in Las Vegas. So I'm fascinated by the extreme Northeast. And was there any challenges in shooting in that state?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we shot in remote northern Maine. So like our location, we didn't have electricity, we didn't have internet, we didn't have cell service, we didn't have flushing toilets. It was outhouses. We were, an hour from the closest town. And so imagine making a movie without any of that stuff. I mean, the outhouses and the flushing toilets, okay, you can get used to that. But like without internet, like that's, you know, the one thing that it did do is when we were on set and we were making the film, we were focused. Nobody was on their phone. Nobody was checking their texts. Nobody was on Instagram. We were 100% present, which was kind of a nice way to go about making a film like this.
And did you take Swallowed around the film festival circuits? What was the response and seeing it with an audience?
Oh yeah, I mean, we did a ton of festivals. We did sort of a bunch of genre festivals, and then we did a bunch of queer festivals. And you know, I mean, it's always so exciting to see your film in a theater surrounded by people, you know, and sort of really be able to watch them, you know, squirm in their seats and gasp in the right moments, and you know, and then also, you know, get to talk to people after the film screens and sort of hear from them, you know, what it means to them to see queer people in a film that you know, in a horror film that they love. And that's something you don't get, unfortunately, so much, you know, when you're a VOD or on demand movie, that interaction. So the festival run was super exciting.
Well, Carter, congratulations, man. What an exciting film. And it was a total pleasure speaking to you today. And come visit us in Las Vegas soon. We'd love to have you. Let's talk again soon.
I would
Okay?
love to come. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Take care.